Again, we typically don't have predictions until the semifinals, so we're holding off on them for now. But here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of a Golden Aura, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing Onside Gaming. It is Solar. And spawning in the top left, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Oh my. And this may be a short one. 2 SCVs are being sent out across the map. It is going to be a proxy 2x coming out from ByuN. As aggressive as possible. Again, Golden Aura already has a short rush distance, so fun fact, this is actually going to hit a little bit faster than normal. My oh my, as Solar is going hatch gas pool, he should be keeping his Overlord here, and let's go. Looking at the pathing, the Overlord is going to see the proxy ahead of time. Now, it is only a proxy 2-racks, but my mistake. I have to hold my tongue there because it is a 2-racks with a hidden proxy 3-racks behind the shrubbery. This is concerning. So, the Overlord is coming in for a scout, and Solar, because he only sees 2-racks, he may react poorly. He never mind. As he does divert his course, and he will not scout the Raxes, which is maybe a blessing in disguise. I was gonna say that if he sees these 2-racks, he may go for a 2-racks response when really it's a 3-racks. He may end up pulling the boys, and he may end up losing too many workers here in his defense. So he does pull back here with his Overlord. Now this Overlord will still catch this, as he will get eyes on the Marines and of course the bunkers. 2 SCVs have been revealed. The boys are being pulled. The goal here to try to deny these bunkers from getting up and running, to zone away the Marines if possible. And we do get a surround on that first bunker. We force a cancel. Good start. We cancel the bunker. We pull back. We go, we attempt to go back to mining, but another bunker is barely going to be thrown down. As 3 Marines have arrived. Already quite a lot of DPS here. I am still concerned about Solar's reaction. Like, he's committing very hard to denying this, but there are going to be so many Marines available, and we'll see how good the starter stepping is going to be for ByuN. And it's going to be pretty damn good. We get a surround on 1 Marine, but even then, so many workers are going down. GG gets called. It's too much, and ByuN will take game number 1. GG. To quickly go over what just happened, Solar, he thought it was a 2-racks. Fun fact, when it is a 2-racks, you can afford to pull the boys to surround to deny those bunkers, just because there are less Marines that the Terran opponent is working with. But with a 3-racks, because there are additional Marines there, because it's that much more committed, because you have a 3rd SCV, you can actually fight the workers. You can actually fight, kite, and kill those drones. And if you lose too many workers, then you straight up die. Typically, the reaction to something like a proxy 3-racks is that you don't pull the workers, you give up on your natural, and you go for a roach response or a bane bus response, something off of 1 base, and you kind of evacuate your natural base instead. So that was a game where Solar just misread the situation and was punished for it. GG. GG, well played. Well played, as ByuN does take game number 1. The other thing about it, of course, is that basically Solar was gambling a little bit. He was gambling as to what it was, and this is also this is a bit of a gripe that some pro Zerg players have, is that you are gambling when you try to defend against proxy Raxes, because it can be hard to distinguish between 2 and 3 racks. It can be difficult. And here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Hardlead, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing Onside Gaming. Ooh, down in this series, but not out. It is Solar. And spawning in the top left, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. Up 1-0 in this best of 3. It is ByuN. Here we go. This time no proxy. This time it's going to be a low ground 2-racks. I imagine it's going to be a low ground 2-racks, so a much more standard opener out of ByuN. But again, with a cheeky win in game 1, that was brutal. Not the first time we've seen Solar die to 2-racks, or to 3-racks even. GG, well played. This is also why a lot of Zerg players actually, they have the mantra where, wow, as soon as they scout that they're being proxied, they actually just blindly go for the 3 racks response anyway, even if they're being 2 racks, just to be safe, just so they don't die. Yeah. It is something that happens. As for now, ByuN is just going for his additional 2 racks opener. With this, ByuN is going to be getting map control. He's going to be looking to contain Solar to 2 bases and to contain him for as long as he can as he transitions into something more economic behind this. Now that transition, it can take a couple of different forms. We could be seeing a 3cc 2-on-1. We could go into a 4 racks. We could go into Banshee play. This is a very flexible opener that ByuN has really carved out for himself in StarCraft. It's really cool to see that ByuN has been so innovative with this opener, and yeah, it can be really difficult to read. So we'll see if Solar can keep up. We'll see if he can deduce what is coming his way, as the Overlord does confirm the 2 racks. He is aware. He's going to be hiding this drone here over on the left-hand side. He's going to try and sneak out of 3rd base. We'll see if he can. The first Reaper of ByuN is arriving. Going to be dancing at the natural base of Solar. So now going to be dancing with those Lings. We do see ByuN. He is going to check the 3rd base location. Does he go all the way though? He doesn't. He merely does catch a glimpse between Solar. He can get away with throwing down his 3rd a little bit earlier. For now, though, he's working on his 3rd Queen. ByuN once again going to be checking. Ooh, and ByuN reading this well. He's making additional Reapers. Tries to dip into the main base, but he is going to be zoned away as he rotates around. Is he going to check that 3rd base location? It looks like he will, and he will come across this 3rd base. And because he made additional Reapers, he should force a cancel. Link speed is still a ways away. There is no way for Solar to hold on to this. Or is there? Can he do it? It's going to be close. Another Reaper is making his way across the map. KDA Charges is going to be buying some time. This hatchery taking a lot of hits, and we do force a cancel. Now Link speed is going to kick in, and ByuN should be hunted down. He should lose everything here, but he's trading well against these Lings. Oh, yeah, almost every Ling goes down. 1 Reaper falls, and ByuN escapes with everything else. That was brutal. 1 Reaper for 14 Lings, and a cancel in the hatchery as well. A very strong start for ByuN. Behind this, we have our transition. It's going to be 3cc. I believe it was a 3rd TC before even factory. It was very fast. A bit of an overextension out of ByuN as he will finally get cleaned up. Just try to be a little bit greedy. He caught a couple of creep tumors. That was what the scan was for. Back at home, is transitioning into a 3cc 2-on-1, so very economic. He's going to be hitting a timing with Stim. He has lost map control, but he's already done more than enough damage. Lings get across the map, but we have Marines, and can they hold on to Stim? Up! Stim, it looks like it is going to be cancelled. Big pick off here for Solar, but it wasn't for free. I'm afraid to look. Ooh, 30, okay. 31 Lings did go down in total. At least we do cancel Stim. That will delay the push. That should delay the push. I wonder if ByuN is going to move out regardless once he gets his medevacs out. For now, Hellions are the way to reinforce. For map control, we have a Liberator as well. Once the Liberator comes out, we should be going for an add-on swap so we can get into medevacs. To talk about the previous interaction as well, just because things happen very quickly. Typically, when you're up against a 2 racks opener, you are contained to 2 bases, and you typically wait a little bit longer before you expand and you take your 3rd. Now, Solar was trying to be greedy, which is why he had his drone hidden, and that's why he went for his 3rd base as soon as he did. He was trying to be greedy, but he was caught out, and that's why ByuN was able to force the cancel, because he did get eyes on it. So again, Solar was just trying to get away with a faster 3rd against ByuN's build, and he wasn't quite able to do so. It was a risky maneuver out of Solar, but at least, you know, he gets his 3rd up regardless. He's taking his 4th, he's droning, saturating his bases. As the Hellions do dip into that mineral line, but quick reaction out of Solar. He does pull away. Does keep his drones alive. Behind this, additional racks is being thrown down, 1-1 on the way. And remember, because Stim was delayed, it means that this push is a little bit later than ByuN would have liked it to have been. Liberator gets across the map, kills one queen before going down. Here we go. ByuN now hitting the field with an abundance of Marines. He's got 16 Marines, he's got 2 medevacs, and he keeps his Hellions back at home. I think this is a wise choice. So if Solar did go for a Ling counterattack, there are Hellions to clean them up. ByuN is safe, and ByuN attacks. He's looking for a cancel on the 4th base. It looks like he, oh my god, gets so much damage on it. He will, no! That was not a cancel, that was a kill. Also, that was 20 Marines, as we did leave a couple behind. They could not fit in the medevacs, but that is more than enough damage. That is 300 minerals down the drain. Ay, ay, ay. As Solar is having a hard time keeping up. Do have a Hydrogen on the way behind this. Very fast tech here out of Solar. He's taking all 6 of his gases. We'll see if he can get away with this, as ByuN is back with a vengeance. He gets 1 queen before getting the hell out of there. And as ByuN does back off, he's going to be able to reinforce. He kept the majority of his Marines alive. The only Marines that died were the excess Marines that couldn't fit in the medevacs. And now he's focusing on his next push, and Solar will not have bailing speed yet. Bailing speed is still a ways away, which means he's going to have a hard time engaging, which means ByuN can clear up a little of this creep. I don't know if he can actually make his way towards the base yet, as he's working through the rocks. The rocks are buying a lot of time, and there we go. 10 seconds until we get bailing speed. The timer is counting down, and once we get it, Solar, he can engage. Oh, but he has to respect those Widow Mines. He tries to dip in, gets a couple of Marines, gets a Hellbat as well. But it is so scary to engage, especially with ByuN stutter stepping. Oh. Good mine shots are going to be going off as well. Bailings, they connect. Oh god! ByuN, he wasn't looking. He's not looking, Puppy, as that was a big mistake, a big blunder from ByuN. He loses his entire drop, assuming he was safe, looking back at the wrong moments, but he still has another wave on the way. That was a big mistake out of ByuN. That was a big win for Solar, but it's not over. We have a second army. And ByuN, okay, so he lost all of his Widow Mines, so he doesn't have an anchor point to this force. Because of that, ByuN is going to have a hard time pushing forward. Yeah, he backs off, he rotates around. He's going to focus on clearing up creep instead, as ByuN gets into the rest of his production. Drilling Claws, 2-2 on the way. Solar able to go for a bit of a run by. He actually does slip into the natural, but we have reinforcements. Yeah, the Lings aren't going to be able to do too much damage. Up. Ooh, as a mine shot does go off on the ramp and does take down the majority of those Bailings. So a good trade here from ByuN. Behind this, he takes a 4th base. He is about to kick in with 2-2. Meanwhile, Solar actually rushed into a hive. So he survived with going into these Hydras. With this, he can shut down or try to shut down the medevacs. He can keep up with the drop play. And he's just straight away rushing into that hive for Viper tech. Solar is also going to gain access to lurkers, but I think it is too early for that. I feel like we still need to stick with a maneuverable army of Lingbane Hydra. I also don't know how much value Vipers will really give him, especially against a Widowmine heavy army. Yeah, we still just need to focus on Lingbane Hydra. We're able to keep up with the right-hand side. There it is. The Lurker Den is on the way. Now, Lurkers will help alleviate a lot of this pressure, but we'll see if Solar can get there. Oof! Big mine shots going off, taking down half of those Bailings. But once we get into Lurker tech, we can have, like, 4 Lurkers on the left, 4 Lurkers on the right. We can have such an easier time holding on, and we can use that as just get some breathing room to get into our upgrades. We'll saturate our bases, take another hatchery. That's the goal for Solar, but can he get there? And ByuN, he is gaining ground. Solar just rotating his entire army over. Able to take down at least the wave of Marauders. Behind this, he has kept a force on the left-hand side, but ByuN is rotating over towards the right. Solar chasing this far off of creep. He wants that medevac. I don't think he's gonna get it. And now he's out of position. Uh-oh. Solar chasing far off of creep. He exposes his base. He exposes the queens. 2 queens go down. Banelings, some of them will connect. Oh my god. ByuN is forced back. It was his turn to overextend as well, but that was a good trade overall from ByuN. Solar, how many queens do we have? 5. 1 for each base. 1 to inject each base. Vipers have arrived. Lurkers are on the way. But now, again, Solar, he brought everything over, which means here on the left-hand side, there's nothing in position. The hatchery will fall, and Solar is slowly being pulled apart. As his army rotates over towards the left, we have the army coming in on the right. There are lurkers, but they get scanned. They do get scanned, and they are looking so vulnerable. Every lurker goes down. And ByuN is looking to take this game. He's looking to take this series. Solar's just been losing too much. We do force some friendly fire. But the hatchery falls, and Solar, he is down to 3 mining bases. Barely 3 bases. He just lost his 4th and his 5th. He's double expanding, trying to get a base up and running, but again, he's just been losing too much over the course of this game. And unfortunately, or first, when it comes to the Solar, he just hasn't had the luxury of counterattacking. He hasn't had the breathing room to counterattack. ByuN has been left just completely alone back at home. How many SCVs? He's lost 3 workers throughout the course of this game, and that was through, I think, the Ling run by earlier. Like, ByuN's economy is untouched. And Solar's doing everything he can to hold on. Once again, we do have lurkers in position. Nothing to support them, though. Oh! Decent spine shots, but the ghosts have arrived. The lurkers, they go down once again. Only 1 lurker survives. And these are just expensive losses for Solar. Expensive losses when Solar just doesn't really have an economy. He doesn't have the bases he needs. We jump into the main. Power bombs get thrown down. And we're able to clean up at least 1 of those drops, but yeah, ByuN is doing such a great job of just making sure that Solar isn't expanding. ByuN making sure he has control of the map. The final lunker gets sniped. Big EMP, big snipe as well on the Viper. We have 1 Viper remaining. And with the addition of these lurkers, Solar can maybe try and take a fight here, but again, he's just bleeding out far too much. Losing more lurkers. Being spread thin, he does get on top of some of these ghosts. ByuN overextending. Losing, what, 4 or 5 ghosts in that trade. Solar, he's actually getting these bases back up and running. As I say that, though, he bleeds out more lurkers and more hydras. GG gets called. It's just too much, and ByuN will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. GG, well played. It was an uphill battle from the beginning. As I mentioned before, Solar with the opener, he was forced to cancel his base. He lost so many lings in the process as well, which again could have otherwise been drones from almost the beginning. And then straight after that, with the 2-on-1 push with the medevac double drop, ByuN got a kill on the 4th hatchery. So just so much was going awry for Solar very early on, and things very quickly escalated in favor of ByuN. And just like that, ByuN is able to take the series in the end, able to maintain control of the game, and advance on to the semis. GG. GG, congratulations. And he's going to be facing off against the winner of Gumiho and Nightmare. Oh my god. Okay, something that I was not expecting. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the back of yourselves. But Nightmare took down Oliveira 2-0. Very well done. Congratulations to Nightmare. Oliveira is not an easy opponent, so to take him down, very, very impressive feat here from our Protoss player.